Okay, so I'm doing an update. I know you guys must be wondering what the heck is going on with these weird updates in India and all this stuff. First of all, I noticed there's like terrible lighting in here because I got these backlights on and this top light on. Anyways, there's my hair and this lighting. So this is what's going on. And this might be a long video. I'll try to condense it as much as possible and talk quickly. But I went to the doctors to get in India to get Dr. Nigam's, and I'm not bashing the guy at all, but I went to go ahead and start the whole process. And his process, I'm expecting it to be a little different. I'm not expecting every doctor to do their operations the same. But I went there because he wanted to take 100 grafts from the back of my head and another 100 or 60 or something from my chest. And I know I sound all confused about this, and it's because I just feel I wasn't given straight answers, and I guess maybe there was a communication issue, or I don't know what. And so I went there to get 100 grafts originally taken. But during that time, he said he's going to take 100 from my chest and my head, and they ended up only taking 60 from my chest because I found out that taking hair from the chest, which I'm going to show you guys even where they started taking it from. So, yep, this is the real deal. I hope you can see that. So that's about 60 grafts they took. Have I counted the dots? No, that's what they told me. And it's been a couple days now, so it's I can put a shirt on it. It's sensitive like the way the back of my head is. Actually, the first day was a lot more sensitive, and because it's very meaty. And so if you're doing a hair transplant from the body, there's a reason why they say it's more tough because of the way your body, actually now it's kind of bugging me, but it's because of the way your body is shaped. It gets more meaty. It's less consistency, I guess, as opposed to your head. The depth of the follicles. So one might be a little deeper, one might not be as deep, so it's tough for them to extract it from your body and pull it out. And just looking at the surgeons' faces while they were doing it, you could see they were struggling with it. You could see that. And they numb me up like they do normally. They put the anesthesia. Anyways, I'll get into more of the details. I did record everything on like separate phones. I have my brother there. He was recording. I downloaded the footage to my computer. I just haven't had time. I'm on a vacation, so I haven't had time to really edit it together and stuff, and put it all together. So where was I? So this is what happened. So we went there to do that, and the reason for that was so he could create some stem cells, because I'm getting this method called BioFUE, which he's promising that it won't leave those white dots. Although I don't know if the stem cells aren't there. Welcome. One of the white dots will be left now on my chest and the back of the head. I don't know. I'll show you the back of my head, but he left my hair big, and maybe you can see it in the mirror. I don't know. Even I can't see it. It's somewhere there. It's going to be really tough to show it to you guys. But somewhere in there, it's somewhere right here. I can kind of feel it. Not sure exactly where. Anyways, so he took 100 grafts from there. He didn't do FUT. He did the FUE. So I know I'm looking for like a strip. I'm saying he cut out. It wasn't a strip method. It was literally he went and he just shaved a little portion under my hair. They held the hair up and they went ahead and took out 100 grafts. FUE, taking them out one at a time. That's what he did. But I decided to cancel the whole thing. I know maybe that was stupid of me because he already had started it and everything, but I canceled the whole thing. There were a few things that put me off on it. Again, I think he's a great doctor, and I know doctors do things differently. Being in India, the weather is extremely hot here. It's very humid. And being on vacation, doing things that makes it very difficult to be doing also a hair transplant at the same time. Honestly, I would have to quit everything I'm doing here just to do this transplant. Even though it was planned on the 5th, 6th, and 8th, which is close to when I'm going back home. And that's another thing. The plane trip is 23 hours back to LA. it's already uncomfortable. I bought economy class. I know next time I'm coming to India, I better get business or first class when I can afford it and if I can afford it. Uh, but and that's what I suggest. If you should work hard and definitely get the money to afford a first or business class seats, because the seats in economy are really bad. Coming to India on a 23-hour flight. Now that's said and done, it's fine, but I'm not looking forward to going in a few weeks. Anyways, that's a whole different vlog. Anyways, so this is my hair, so I canceled it. The reasons why, there were a lot of reasons why. One, the biggest thing to me is this transplant, actually, after getting it done the first time, it's a pretty simple thing. You're pulling out hair, you're plugging it in. Honestly, you don't need any medicine at all if you can handle the pain. And I even had this discussion with Dr. Benham in Santa Monica. And he said, yeah, he actually had a patient once who didn't want any drugs. And he just did it drug-free. And it turned out fine. And so what I was doing here in India, they're pumping me up with anesthesia, with a bunch of different things. And that kind of freaked me out. Now, I'm not a doctor. Maybe anesthesia is fine for you. I don't know. I haven't done the research on the I don't even know what anesthesia they're using, the actual drugs going in there. Let alone all the other stuff they were injecting me with. That's one of the reasons why I like Dr. Benham in Santa Monica, was because he told me all the medicine he was using, the actual name of it, and I was able to research it. He introduced me to his staff. I met them, and he did all the work himself. You're in the doctor I went to. Now, again, I'm not bashing India or his doctor. They may do fantastic jobs. I saw the before and after photos even. I'm sure the results are great. But to me, I'm very health conscious. I have zero health problems. I don't take any medication. I'm not allergic to anything. And to me, that's pretty big thing as opposed to, just, oh, I want hair. A lot of, there are people with some pretty major issues, and they would, probably trade all of those to just be a bald person, okay? So being bald isn't the end of the world. There's bigger problems on the planet. And so that's one of the big things. I don't have any issues. I don't want to be pumped up with random medication, which I'm not clear about, and start having issues. I know these medications can cause issues. I don't have any. I don't want to start having them. That's one of the biggest reasons why I walked out. Again, maybe I'm just being a fucking pussy. Sorry, I don't usually cuss on these, but even with Dr. Benham, the first time I went to him, actually, I did back out also. So, and it's because I was getting a strip method, and I realized I don't want the strip method, and so I waited a few months, I saved up some more money, and I went ahead and got the few method, and that was something I was more comfortable with. So am I completely done getting a hair transplant? Right now my hair is really sloppy looking, so definitely tomorrow I'm going to get a haircut. I got to find a place here in India that is going to give me the right haircut that I need, and I have to be careful because I just had 100 grafts extracted from the back. As far as pain level again and stuff, because I did just go for another extraction, like I said, the chest, it's a lot more meatier, it's a lot more sensitive. Do I recommend a body hair transplant? I wouldn't do it again. I mean, if you really need it, it's not the end of the world again. The pain level is not excruciating. Like I said, this was just a couple days ago, and I'm feeling pretty good. The shitty thing is, if you're on vacation, you can't go now swimming, especially in this hot weather. I'm not going to risk putting chlorine on this area. So that kills my trip until this thing is healed. I can't go into the pool, especially when you're in tropical weather, which kind of sucks. So what's my recommendation on, it's my opinion. If you don't live close to India, is a word coming out here to get a hair transplant? If you find someone online, you do your research and you trust them and you're comfortable with them, yeah. But like I said, India's still going to charge you more if you find them online to Americans because they know you're from America. But it is still cheaper probably than doing it in America. That's probably the only benefit. The downside is you got to take a long plane trip. You're gonna have to miss a few weeks of work depending on how much money you make. That might offset it, you know. I mean, if you're making less money, missing maybe 2 weeks of work, you're not going to lose, or unless your work covers it in some way, you know, if you're getting vacation time or something. But then again, you're killing your vacation on getting a hair transplant, which again might be very important to you. Um, you know, I mean, I like having hair, of course. And yes, I definitely would like more. I don't think this is enough. I'm gonna get a haircut tomorrow, and I'm gonna definitely recut it short on the sides, and I'm probably gonna cut the top this time. I know I said I'm gonna let it grow out and stuff, but it has grown. You can see the procedure does work. So if you're bald, yes, you can get a hair. Does this make it the end of my blog? No, I'm gonna continue documenting my progress. Even after I get a haircut, you know, you can probably just see it even better how it looks with a haircut. But I'd like to hear your feedback. Again, I'm not a doctor. Maybe anesthesia does nothing to the body. Who knows? And maybe these drugs, they probably don't do anything. I don't know. But I don't know enough about it, and that's why it scared me. If I know, and like I said, baldness doesn't really stop me. I had tons of hair before. And you know, I have more friends now than I did before, even, so it doesn't stop me from getting friends. Doesn't really stop you in much. I mean, as long as you're healthy, you're working out, you know, it's just really an aesthetic thing. And like I said, if I get a better job tomorrow, I'll probably get it done in America again, just because of convenience for me. If I'm going on vacation, I just want to take it easy and, you know, have fun. I don't want to go through surgery and stuff like that. Again, I know you're thinking, well, you know, surgery should be pretty easy and stuff. But again, you're in India. I don't have proper transportation. I've been taking a rickshaw. The place isn't that far. They do it in kilometers, but honestly, it's like 2-3 miles away from where I'm staying. However, if you know India, that can take you some time. It's not like LA. You think LA traffic is bad. This is 10 times worse than that. It will take you maybe 20 to 25 minutes to go 3 miles over here. So that's a bit of a distance. Plus, there's a lot of smog, and in a rickshaw, it's open. So you're thinking, maybe why don't you take a cab? Okay, I could do that. But you know, weather's really hot. I guess I could take an air-conditioned cab. But you know, there's just a lot of inconvenience to it. And then if I'm getting it closer to plane trip, I have to go on a plane. You know, again, maybe not a big deal. You're saving money, but really it's coming down to a money thing. If that's the case, just make some more money. I know that maybe that's easier said than done. Or save up a little bit and get it done. Just, it's up to you, really. Like I said, I'm not bashing India. I don't think it's anything wrong with doing it here. Seeing their facilities and the way they're doing it, and the doctor was knowledgeable. He knew about FUE. It's definitely probably going to turn out just fine. One thing that did scare me is while doing the thing about this is he wasn't like the doctor I dealt with in Santa Monica. In Santa Monica, I really like Dr. Benham because he does one surgery a day. He's very personable. He's easy to contact. This doctor was easy to contact too. He gave me his cell phone number. But the fact that he did one surgery a day, this doctor here again, he was saying that he does 4 to 5 surgeries a day. And it wasn't even him personally who did it. He had other surgeons working for him. So even though I researched his name, he wasn't necessarily the one who was hands-on. And so I did not research those doctors, and I don't know what reviews they got. Maybe they got bad reviews and now they're working for him under his name because he has better reviews. Who knows? And maybe again, even just saying that one surgery thing, maybe again those stuff are sales pitches. Maybe hair transplanting is just that easy. Anybody can just plug it out and plop it in. There's no art to it. Maybe there's not. Maybe that's just a sales pitch. I wouldn't know. I you know, my results have been pretty good. But again, that's because I think because I've been very careful about it. And also, I haven't seen bad hair transplants, only in photos. I don't know anyone personally who has a bad one. If you guys do, definitely leave your comments. If you have anyone who has had negative reviews on hair transplants, I would love to see them. That's kind of the reason why I did this blog, because when I was personally researching hair transplants, I didn't see anyone who just like blogs, someone who's documenting it like me and who had a bad result. That's what I wanted to see, and I thought maybe I'll be the first one. Maybe I'll have a bad result, and I'll be posting it then and discouraging people from getting a hair transplant. Like I said again, I know in this shot right now you're looking at this guy. I probably don't have great looking hair, and definitely in the back there I need more hair. But where he did the transplant, the fact that all his hair is grown out and it's pretty thick. I mean, as far as like, look, I can run my hands through it, and it's hair. It can be styled. There's options for it. It's growing like real hair. If I had my hairline lower and my crown filled in, and that's not the doctor's fault. That's they have to pick a point to start. If he started any lower, just this area right here, which I'm missing, which I'd like lower, you're looking at another 2,000 grafts. And that's pretty much what I got done here. So I mean, it would have just been hairier and completely bald in the back then. So I mean, so you can understand why he chose where he chose, because he wanted to do one operation where at least I can grow out the hair and walk around somewhat decent, not just hair right here in the front. Then I'd be just still shaving it until I get my other transplant. So am I going to do another one? Probably yes. Am I going to do it here in India? Definitely not this trip at this point. I want to just take it easy, relax. I'm looking for new work, so if I get a better job, most likely in America, I'll probably go back to my same doctor, Dr. Benham, and get it done because I'm comfortable. I know his results are good, and the fact that he's a very friendly guy, he explains everything, he's a very honest guy. And again, I haven't went to a lot of doctors. I did my research. I'm not bashing any other doctors. I'm sure the rest of them are also very good and very talented. But, once you find someone you're comfortable with them, you go with them once. Definitely stick with them, It really just comes down to money for me. If I get more money, I'll do it there because it'll be convenient for me. I know where I live. I have my own car. I have family. I have family here as well, but I have more immediate family. I got friends. I just know, I know what kind of food I'm going to have and all that stuff. It makes a difference to me. And again, the fact that he's explained what type of drugs he's using and things like that, that's one of the biggest things to me. Also, the stem cell thing is it's very experimental. I still feel. They don't do it in the U.S. Maybe I might have had amazing results. I know a lot of you are probably wondering, oh, wish that guy did it so I could see the results. I don't want to be the guinea pig on that, honestly. Again, to me, I'd rather be bald and have some type of weird defect or stunts me in any way from having fun. So that's my 2 cents on it. Leave your comments and reviews. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you guys think it was a right thing to do to cancel it. I know now I'm missing 100 more grafts from the back and 60 from my chest. And who knows what kind of scarring is going to happen right now on that. I'm hoping just those small white dots at worst. Again, he's claiming, he gave me some medicine and stuff and saying that because of the way he did it and injections he gave, that I should still not get any scarring. Which should be pretty interesting, because if that works, he's the real deal. He's a pretty good guy. And I guess we'll definitely see about that. So if you definitely want it a lot cheaper, yeah, you have the option of coming to India. But you're going to have to go through the weather. I would make a special trip then specifically to come out here for hair transplants. I didn't do that this time. Am I going to do it in the future? It's a long fucking plane trip, I have to be honest. It was 23 hours. I'm pretty happy. And you're risking even the plane, going in a plane. Not saying that there's a risk in that, but, it's just, if you're making better money than I am, get it done where you live. And, if you live in India, if you're lucky, then great, do it there. And if you live if you live close by, then you can fly down pretty quick. Maybe that's why Europeans do it a lot. But 23 hours, man, that's a long flight.